Hello, Jim once again, and today we're going to go over the 10th effective study strategy for college. As we usually do with these videos, I'm going to briefly go over the previous 9 effective study strategies. First one is to study closer to the lecture than to the exam, meaning after each class, go find a quiet study area, go over your notes, fill in the blank spots. Number 2, don't just read over the material time and time again and try to memorize the material, but actually test yourself on the material.
Test?
Third is to use checklist training. Pilots use checklist training. Surgeons use checklist training. Imagine how far you'll go if you use checklist training for something like studying for an exam.
Roger, Roger. What's our vector, Victor?
Fourth, learn the material in a number of different ways. Watch a YouTube video on the material.
That's not what YouTube videos are like.
Pretend like you're teaching the material to a first grader. Talk to your friend about the material. Next, study more than one subject each day. In fact, I recommend you study every subject every day.
Every single day.
Next, take steps not to forget. Remember, you're going to retain 85% of new information if you go over that new information within the first 24 hours of learning it. Next two are similar. Use the Leitner system and use the Fenneman notebook system. Number 9 is use the SQ3R method, where S stands for survey the material briefly. Q stands for question the material. First R stands for read the material carefully. Next R is recite the material. And the third R is to review the material. And finally, the 10th effective study strategy for college.
Can I get a drum roll?
Is to make and keep a study schedule. It's really important to actually plan out when you're going to study each day. As I mentioned, you should study every subject every day. And in college, and I cannot stress this enough, you need to study at least 2 hours outside of class for every hour in class. When I worked at a university and I talked to students who wanted to come back after being dismissed, I would always ask them, what happened the first time you were here? Why did you get dismissed? Almost every single time they said, I didn't put the time in. Time on task is critical to being successful in college. And that time on task means at least 2 hours outside of class studying for every hour you're in class. So if you're taking 15 credit hours, so that would be 5 3-credit hour classes, you're in class roughly 15 hours a week, so you have to study another 30 hours a week for the 15 hours that you're in class. Now, that doesn't mean you're studying with your nose in the book for those 30 hours.
You must keep your nose to the grindstone.
Those 30 hours can be made up of doing homework, finding a topic for your paper, going over an oral presentation, writing a journal, but you need to spend at least 30 hours if you're taking 15 credit hours, 30 hours a week studying for those 15 credit hours. By doing these things, most importantly, you're establishing a study plan. This by itself is a proven study strategy, just establishing a study plan. But also keep in mind, if you need to modify that plan, then modify it. Don't stick to something that's not working. So those are the 10 effective study strategies for college.
Josh, take a bow. Take a bow.
Thank you for watching these videos, and I have one more video about studying, and that will be a few helpful tips, and when you go to the next video, we will go over those as well. Thanks.